Does anyone experience stress over the holidays? There is so much to do: shopping, wrapping, cooking, relatives, decorating, and the hundred other necessary tasks for a good holiday. It is so easy to lose sight of what keeps us healthy and grounded during this holiday season. Hi, I'm Jennifer Seven, and I'm the owner of Seven Company Weight Loss and Wellness Center. And I've put thousands of people through my weight loss programs. And I know just how hard it is during the holidays because it's hard for me as well. I've got some great tips and strategies for how you can take care of yourself this holiday season. Remember, you have to give yourself the oxygen mask first before you can help anyone else. I know you want to be successful with your weight loss this season. Whether it's weight loss or maintenance, you've got to make a plan for the holiday season and not fall off into emotional eating or even get sick from all the stress. Oh, hey, I just want to say hey to Mary and Kathy. Thank you for joining us. We have a chat function, so whenever you have an opportunity, you want to ask a question, just chat it in, and I'll be happy to answer the questions or any comments. So I have some strategies for you. The first one is to know what your eating plan is for this holiday season. Now, we've talked about this on several of our master classes. You need to have a plan. Planning is the key to success. And we've talked about the iron will approach, and we've talked about the one day, one pass approach. So you need to know what your plan is. If you haven't figured it out, you've got to figure it out. Talk about it with your coach, talk about it with an accountability buddy, or just write it down and think about what you want to do for yourself and write it down. So remember our pre-game exercise that we had the class all about this, the day before strategy for the day of. You need a game plan going into the day of the holiday. So we had an exercise in that class where we wrote down 15 reasons why we want to lose weight, whether it be just for the holiday season or for however long our goal is. Why? What are the reasons that you're doing this? If you haven't done that, this is a perfect opportunity to get started and write down 15 reasons why you want to lose weight. Whether it's your clothes don't fit, you want them to fit, you want to get new clothes, you want to be healthy, you want your family to be proud of you, you want to be able to get down on the floor and play, you want to be able to travel, whatever your reasons are, write them down and have 15 of them. That way, throughout this whole entire season, you can refer back. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And I know why. That's what's going to keep you going, okay? So that's number one. Number two, let go of perfection. I know many of us have this fantasy idea of what the holidays are going to look like. We're going to have the perfect decorations, the perfect presents, the perfect meals. The family's going to behave perfectly. Everything is going to be wonderful. It's like a Hallmark show. And unfortunately, reality is often not like that. Most often is not like that. So let's let go of that expectation of perfection and be a little easier and kinder on ourselves. Remind yourself that it's more about being with family and friends and loved ones and spending time with them rather than having the perfect meal or the perfect gift wrapping or the perfect decorations. Let's let a little bit of that go. I think if you could develop a morning routine, this would be so helpful. Take a few minutes first thing in the morning. Maybe that's 5 minutes before you get caught up in the day and the hecticness and all of the stuff that's going on and all of the things that you need to do. Take 5 minutes to center yourself, ground yourself. It could be 5 minutes of a little bit of a breathing exercise. Maybe you sit with a cup of tea, 5 minutes to yourself. Maybe you journal a little bit about how you're feeling, about how you'd like your day to be. Perhaps you take that 5 minutes to write a little bit of gratitude and recognize the blessings that you have in your life. And if you're not feeling particularly blessed or happy, write down just some things that you know you can be grateful for, that you have a roof over your head, that you have a car to drive, you have food to eat. Whatever it is, it can be very simple things. But if you can just focus on a few of your blessings, it sets you up for a day where you're appreciating rather than a day of negativity. Anything that can feed your heart and your mind and your soul just for that 5 minutes. If you want to take a little walk in the morning outside, sometimes just appreciate nature for a few minutes. That can be very grounding and centering as well. Turn on your fireplace, a cup of tea, light a candle, and just take 5 minutes. I promise you that's going to set your day up for success. Another tip number 4, to use when you are in this hectic season, and it's really a good tip for any time, is it's important to protect your sleep. We may get so caught up in hecticness and busyness and not getting everything done. Perhaps we haven't wrapped all the presents or baked all the food, and we stay up half the night to get it all done, and then you are exhausted and tired the next day. It's really important to get your sleep. You may have a lot of holiday functions that keep you up late at night. Try to keep a sleep routine. You may want to think about not drinking caffeine after 2 o'clock in the afternoon so that you can fall asleep better. Uh, Try not to eat after 8 o'clock in the evening, because that will cause your digestion to be working during the evening. Okay, so watch out for your sleep, protect your sleep. Number 5, practice gratitude. I mentioned that already in your morning routine, but if you can have a heart of gratitude, of thankfulness, after all, this season is about being thankful for what we have and who's in our lives. Recent neuroscience research shows that simply reflecting on the question, what am I grateful for, increases dopamine and serotonin in our brains. And even just thinking about it, if we can't come up with an answer, changes the chemistry in our brain. Searching for things to be grateful for builds stronger, positive emotional pathways in your brain. Try starting a gratitude journal and write down 3 things each morning or evening that you're grateful for. Again, it can be as simple as I'm grateful that the sun is shining, or it's snowing, or I had food for breakfast today. Simple. I did this myself, and I made a commitment to myself that I was going to fill up an entire journal of nothing but gratitude statements of what I was thankful for. And when you first start, it can be challenging, but keep going. And again, I promise you, this will make a profound difference in your life and in your thinking and in your mindset. If you can get a little exercise in during this holiday season, that's going to help you, because we know exercise can enhance your mood and just make you feel better. Nothing more than a walk is great. A little brisk walk outside. If you have a dog, take your dog for a walk. Be the one to take the dog for the walk. If you don't have a dog, that's okay. Take a little walk outside. It's good fresh air. You're out in nature, you'll feel better. You could add in a yoga class into your routine, whatever you can do. And again, it doesn't have to be perfection. It doesn't have to be 30 minutes of exercise every day. Do what you can, a 5-minute walk, a 15-minute walk. Do it 3 times a week. But make a commitment to yourself. Get a little bit of activity going. You'll feel better. Take a nap. This is a very hectic, stressful season, and sometimes we get completely exhausted, and you need to recharge. So it's okay to recharge with a nap. Naps are like this decadent luxury. So take a nap. That's your time. Recharge. Number 8 is respect your budget. It's easy to overspend, and then we end up with the stresses of the overspending later when the bills come in. So have a budget and stick to it. You don't always have to buy everything. You can make things as well. But know how much you're going to spend. Try not to splurge and overindulge, because that's going to catch up with you later and cause you more stress. Number 9 is to decorate with your favorite things. We get feeling like we have to put out every single decoration that we own. How about simplifying a little bit and just put out your favorite things? So if something doesn't resonate with you, that you don't really love, how about boxing it up and donating it? How refreshing. Simplify, clear it out. It'll make you feel better. You don't always need all this stuff. And then there's all this stuff that you have to then pack up at the end of the season. And all of this just adds to our stress. Look at each item and ask yourself, do I really love this? If I do, I'm putting it out. If I don't, it's going. Number 10, let go of guilt. Oh gosh, it's so easy to feel guilty because we didn't get this done, or we didn't get the right gift, or we didn't have the party we wanted to have, or we ate something that we weren't supposed to eat to stay on our plan. Let's let go of the guilt. Often, guilt comes from an emotion that doesn't serve us. It could be a disappointment that we didn't do more, or we might feel bad because we ate something, as I mentioned, that we shouldn't have. Or maybe we are feeling angry because we didn't say no when we wanted to say no. We said a yes when we really meant no, and now we're frustrated and angry with ourselves. Let the guilt go. Remember, whatever's happened in the past has happened. We have to let it go, be in the moment, appreciate what's around us. Every day, every moment is a new moment, a fresh moment. So let's say forgive ourselves and move on. Just move on. Fresh moment, fresh start. Sometimes we need to apologize, and sometimes we need to forgive. And this holiday season is a perfect time to do that. It's a wonderful time of year to offer an olive branch. Could be a family member or a friend. Don't worry about being right. No one wins that fight of who's right or who's wrong. If you don't feel that you can actually apologize for what happened, you could try an I'm sorry we're not as close as we once were. Can we start over? I miss you. I'm sorry I hurt you. It might feel good. Try it. And then you can reconnect. Sometimes we need to try forgiveness. And I have a lot of thoughts about forgiveness. Forgiveness doesn't mean that what the other person did to you was okay. It's not. But forgiveness is more of a release. We're releasing that person or what they did to us so that it no longer has any power over us. So you can try forgiveness. Doesn't mean that they were right, you were wrong. It's just a release, and it actually will heal your heart. Try writing down what you need to forgive that person for. Write it down. I forgive you for, and write it down. And maybe there's more than one thing, and maybe there's more than one person. But if you make a practice of journaling how you're going to release that, you don't ever have to tell that person that you're forgiving them, but you are. You're releasing them, and then they have no power. I like what the Wizard of Oz says. The wicked witch, the good witch says to the wicked witch, be gone. You have no power here. That's what you're doing with forgiveness. You're releasing them, and they have no power over you anymore. You're doing it for you. Number 12 is breathe. Breathe. So often we forget to breathe. When we're stressed, we breathe shallowly in our chests. That's a protection mechanism. And we need to practice breathing in deeply. So if you're finding yourself highly anxious or stressed or overwhelmed, take a moment and take some deep breaths. I recommend breathing in through the nose. Try to breathe in for a count of 4. Hold your breath for a count of 4. Release through your mouth. And try to release your breath for a count of 8. Try doing this 3 or 4 times. You'll be amazed how it calms you. With that breath in through the nose, you want to go breathe as deep, deep, deep as you can into your belly. Deep belly breaths. They're very calming, de-stressing, lowering your heart rate, lowering your blood pressure. Practice them. And you can do that anywhere. Just 5 minutes of deep breathing. You'll be amazed. Try it. And I want to hear, you can post on the Facebook group if you've tried some breathing and how it's helped. Number 13 is redefining abundance. There's always someone who has more than you, and there's always someone who has less than you. The commercials and the ads, it's at you and on you all the time. Buy this, buy that. You need to have this, you need to have that. Isn't this pretty? Everybody has this. We all need to have that. So commercial, and we get swept up and caught up in it. And sometimes we feel really bad if we can't compete with what others are able to purchase and have in their lives. Take a few moments to remember there are people that have far less than you and that you have so much more than them. Think of the people that lost everything in the hurricane in the Bahamas, or the people that have lost everything in the fires in California. You have so much more. If you just have your loved ones and your pets, you have so much. Be grateful for that. And remember, you don't need to keep up with the Joneses. Just keep up with yourself. And it's again about the loved ones and the emotions that we have. Remember your blessings, count your blessings. Abundance is a full heart, and you are blessed. Number 14, sometimes we need a full stop. We're overcooked, we've overdone, we've stayed up too late, we've partied too much, we've shopped too much, we're not getting it done. We are on the edge of tears, or we're snapping at people and we're tired and angry and frustrated, and we need a timeout. Full stop, timeout. And maybe just a 15-minute nap isn't going to do it. We have to say, I'm taking a day off for my mental and emotional health. Full stop for a day. Take a day off just for you. Don't answer the phone. Stay in your house. Go for a spa day, whatever you need to do, but it's okay to take a day off, okay? All day long. Commit to yourself on that, or even a half a day, or even an evening. Give yourself permission to have that time out and that full stop. Everyone around you will be grateful for it. Number 15, be kind. Be kind to yourself and others. Instead of trying so hard to please everyone else, decide to be the light of kindness for the day. Try random acts of kindness. Open a door for someone. Smile at a stranger. Offer a compliment. You'll be amazed at how good that feels and how it fills your heart. So practice that. That's a wonderful gift that you can give to others, and it will fill your own bucket up. So those are 15 great tips for how to take care of yourself, give yourself some self-love, some self-care in this very hectic, difficult season. If you practice these, you'll find that you're able to stay on your own plan, whether it be the iron will approach or the one day, one pass, or even the maintenance approach for this holiday season. You'll find some joy in it. You'll have fun. I want you to try this out. I want you to share in our community on our Facebook page some tips that resonated with you, some things that you want to try out. Perhaps you can share some things that really stress you out and how you might approach them differently this season. I love you guys. I know you've got this. Next week, we're going to be talking about rewards without food. You've got this. Have a great day.